Great. So, hello everybody, and my name is Johann Huang, and I'm a game developer of Social Gaming Network, aka SGN. Today, I'm excited to share the news of Starling Builder, an open source user interface editor for Starling framework. So, this is a side project I've been working on since last May, and the first version came out last October, and it's not a super important project, but it really saves us tons of time when making UI and map stuff. And the good news is we are able to open source it from the editor to the engine for everyone who's interested to use it. So let's jump in. Uh, the goal of the editor is to simplify the UI workflow. So basically, we have a old workflow, and what we did before is we try to lay out the UI element in Photoshop and write a JSX script to export it, and there's some client code to interpret the layout file to create a display object. Yeah, it works well, but we have some problem. So one of it is the UI looks different in game and between the game and the Photoshop, and especially for fun. So it takes us many time to run the script and launch the game inside to see how the UI looks and compare with the one inside the Photoshop. So it's really time-consuming job, and the editor is used to solve this problem. So it can also do a runtime adjustment. So we can just change something inside the editor, and we hit the test button, and you can see the result immediately. So yeah, and that saves us a lot of time. And also, the editor makes it easy for us to integrating the subsystem, like the training and localization, stuff like that. So our design philosophy is really lightweight. So basically, the Starling builder has three parts. So the core part is the engine. The engine is used for converting the layout file into a display object, Starling display object. And also it does the same thing to convert the display object back to the layout file as well. So the engine only is less than 1,000 lines of code. So it's super lightweight. And also it's minimal dependency. So like starting to 1.x is required only. So it doesn't even require feathers UI. Of course, if you want to use feathers component, then you need feathers UI. And the editor also is highly configurable, and almost everything you can configure through a JSON file, which is the config file. And also we built in a flexible extension architecture. So right now you can write custom theme and custom UI component and plug into the editor. So let's look at the layout file here. And so the layout file is the JSON file. It's not the best like a human readable format, but it's still readable. But the thing is, I don't really care too much about this because I never handwrite any layout files. This is generated by the editor. So you can kind of see how this works is we have a layout which has a display object trees, and we have children. So this is the empty root, and we have a class is a sprite, and there's also some custom params as well. So we can do it like custom stuff like training and localization, stuff like that. And we have the setting. Setting is just like it's only read by the editor. So here we have the editor template format. So this defines what component is supported by the UI editor. So if you want to add something you like, you just jump into the config file and edit it. So here, for example, this is image class, and then the params means there's some params is editable. So these params you can simply go into the editor to edit it, and if you want to add something, just add it here and reload the editor, and it will work. Okay. So right now I'm trying to do some small demo here, and this is the editor. And let's play along with the demo project. So that's so if I hit on this, you see this pop-up is made completely by the editor. So I can find the same pop-up here. So on the left, you can see all this display object. On the right, and it's the property list. So you can just do whatever you want here. You change the X, Y, and when you're done with this, you hit the test. And so this is actually created by the layout. So it's like a recreation from the display object to layout and to display object. So it will simulate what the games looks like. So let's go back to the game. So this is the demo game. And here is another sample of the mail pop-up. So basically what I does here is I have two layouts. One is the HUD of the pop-up, and the other is the item renderer here. And inside the HUD pop-up, I'm adding a feather list, and inside the feather list, I'm using a custom item renderer, which reads another layout. So that will work for the list here. And we see this HUD. I can also open the same layout here. So this HUDs, the main difference of this HUDs is you may need to align the HUD to the bottom and the top of the screen. So basically, we need to put it into a container. So the container is just a sprite here. So the structure is a little bit different. So we organize this into a top container. We can move this around, and also there's a bottom container. So that makes us easier to anchor the UI into the different position of the screen. Okay, and this is the localization support. It's built into the engine. So you can see if I click on the different language, it can shows the UI can change to different languages as well. And let's open this here. So this is the same as the demo. And the cool thing is you can actually just change the localization language here, and you can preview it immediately inside the editor rather than go into the game. There's also twin support. So this kind of twin is created by the editor as well. And let's open it. So you see the twin tab here. And when I hit this, you can see this, and you can edit the data here. Like if I want it to be faster, so you see immediately. So this tool is good for artists. So if they want to change something, They don't need to bother the programmers. This one's is the external layout functionality. Is let's say, so basically this is a layout that can reference another layout, and so if you just want to add something more here, you can just add, let's say, add a HUD here. So this HUD is the newly add layout. So it's useful if you have something that you want to reuse inside another layout. And there's some movie clip support is here as well. This one is the feathers layout support. Let's open the layout file here. So basically, this is a layout group, and let's see. So right now we are using a flow layout. So how about change it to a horizontal layout? So we can just change it here. How about making a little bit gap? So you can see the adjustment here immediately, and test it, and it works. So, and the last thing is anchor layout. This means you can anchor this display object to the stage. So here, if I change the stage to 800, so it automatically works. So basically, it's the same thing. Like you have the layout, and you have the layout data, and you can just change it from here. Okay, so I think this covered the demo. So let's move forward to how to extend tools. So basically, first I want to say is the feather theme extension. So we have a problem here because feathers isn't supporting two different themes by design. So we need to get a way to work around it. So what we are doing here is we have a game theme can extend the UI editor theme. And what we does inside the UI editor theme is a wrapper theme that contains two themes. So it will proxy the right theme to the feathers components according to where they are. So like if a feather component is inside the canvas, we use the game theme. We use the game theme. Otherwise, we use the default UI editor theme. So let's open this extension project here. So here is the extension project, and it's used to write and test the extension. So let's run something real quick. Okay, so what you are seeing here is that it's a small part of the editor that you can just see what happened here, and let's change something. This is the feather button. So if I change something, you can see from here. So it's easier to debug. So you don't have to go back to the editor and open it and create a new component for it. So let's see. So right now there's a test app, which is the entrance of this test project. So inside this image factory is a button. So I temporarily changing to a button to test a feathers button. So how does it look like? So let's go back to the feathers theme. And we try to change something here. So I'm trying to create a filter to the button and assign to it. So basically, it will change the color of the button. So I can just hit. I can just test this inside the test project to make sure it's working. So you see the button has already applied to a filter and changed its color. And now it's time to build this extension into a Swift file and put it into the editor. So I have an end file that can automatically generate the Swift file, so you don't have to do all the manual stuff through different IDE. So here we are creating two components. One is the embedded theme, and one is the UI components. And we'll cover the UI component later in the talk. Okay, let's see, where is this? So we just create this embedded theme, and we are going to put into the workspace of the editor. And now we're going to relaunch it. And let's test our button. So see this button, we just create a filter to it, and it works. And it doesn't affect other button. So yeah. So that's about the custom UI theme. Let's go back to the slide. Another one is to extending the UI component. So this way, if we are just want to modify the existing UI component, you can simply just edit the template override. So basically, there's a template override here. Right now it's the default template. So this defines all the component that support it. If you want to add your own stuff, you can just add something here, right here, like add one more property support. But if you want to create your own stuff, you have to do it through the extension, like the theme, and you make the Swift and drop it into the workspace. So let's go back to extension project. So here, let's change to a container button factory. So what this does is creating a container button. So what's the container button? It's a button that I modified from the starting button. But the good thing of this button is it can contain whatever you want, and you can also edit it inside the editor. So let's launch the test app and see how this looks like. So as you can see, this component is displayed by the container button, and we are adding right now. We are adding two images inside the container button, but it still adds as one button. And let's see how to get this working. So basically, we have three different stuff to make it working. One is the create a class. So this class can be any Starling display object. And the second one is we need to link into the class. So let's see who's linked it. So this is embedded component class. It's just serve as a linker to all these classes. So when you make the Swift, it get compiled into the Swift, and it can be read from the editor. Let's see what's inside here. This is the last part. So we need a template for every custom class to tell the editor like what property is available for edit and how to edit it. So right now you can see here the width, height, scale X, scale Y is available for the container button. So I think that's it for making a custom UI component. And let's test this inside the editor. So previously we already built this Swift. Now we're gonna copy and paste it into the libs folder. Oh, there's another one already, but it shouldn't matter, so I just delete one of it. Okay, and let's test the component button here. So you can see the container button, and I just add it here. Now I'm trying to add something more interested. So let's add a scale 9 image inside. So this is the button, and I can change the size to whatever I want. And how about some tests? No, I don't like this test. This one. Okay. Let's change to buy. And let's change to auto size both direction. Let's make a copy of it and change the color. Let's add an icon. And make it a little bit smaller. And we can also use some align tool to make them align together. So this is my custom button, and let's test the button. So this works as a whole button. And with the custom UI component, you can really do whatever you want. It's really flexible for you to create your custom UI stuff. Let's go back to the slide. So what's next? We are both very excited about the Starling 2.0 support. So I'm working hard on this one. I think once Starling 2.0 is getting out of the beta, I can push a version of the Starling Builder 2.0 for people interested to use it. And the other stuff is the feather style editor. So I'm thinking about this can be a great tool for artists to do some skinning without the programmer's help. So right now, when we do the feathers theme, we usually need to write a lot of codes to write function for each style. But I think with the style editor, the artist can just pick some image and assign it to a style, then the style can be automatically tested inside the editor. So it makes our workflow more fluently for making custom feather style. And we are going to change the architecture to be more extendable. Like currently, the localization has a default localization, and the twin support has a default twin. So we are going to change that. If you want to override the default localization and default twin, you don't have to recompile the editor. So you can just drop in more runtime library like the UI themes and UI components. And the last one is the better support for app development. So for the time being, this tool is mainly focused for games, but I will be happy to research more into how to make it, how to support app development more efficiently. So basically, we need more support for like anchor layout and multi-device resolution, stuff like that. And we are very welcome to community contribution. So it's an open source project, so feel free to tag along. And you can report bug, you can have feature requests, and you can have create your custom UI components and also extension. And I think that's it for today. And thank you for listening. I know it's late right now, so thank you for staying late to listening to my talk. And this is the wiki. If you have some questions, feel free to search for the wiki first, and you can access the full source code of the editor and the engine and the extension from the GitHub. And also, there's a forum. Daniel is kind enough to give me a sub forum of the Starling forum. So if you have questions, just feel free to ask it. And my email is here. I think that's it for the talk. Thank you, everybody.